The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site.
What do you think Bibi Netanyahu was thinking, the Prime Minister of Israel? I'll tell you, sometimes when you go to that part of the world, people are like, what are you going there for during the war? And the joke was, oh, I'm going there to look for some cheap waterfront, because it was like an absurd idea. Now, maybe it's a reality. Trump saying the United States is going to own the Gaza Strip. Is there any will for that among the country, let alone our leadership? Let's get bipartisan reaction from Congress. On NewsNation, they come on together. California member of Congress, Democrat Maxine Waters, and Tennessee Republican member of Congress, Tim Burchett. Good to have you both and together. Thank you for it. So I think that we could probably all agree that what the president said isn't necessarily going to be the foreign policy of the United States. And the reason I say that is, Tim, I was going to have the envoy on that Trump picked for the Middle East, and he got yanked into an emergency meeting right after Trump said that. What do you take as the reality of America's ambitions in the Middle East?
I think it's going to be American businesses are going to be invested there. We've got some of the best bomb disposal people in the world, obviously, and they'll be over there working closely, I suspect, with the Israelis if it's a safe environment. I don't expect America to put a flag up there. I just think it's going to open it up for American investment. I think that's what Trump was saying.
Do you think there's any will for American boots on the ground and, the obvious bloodshed that would come with that after, we just got out of Afghanistan, but you're going to go into Gaza?
Well, I can't speak for my dear friend Maxine Waters, and if I'd known she was going to be on, I would have worn my much better suit. But no, there's no will. I don't have any desire. Our Pentagon, we need to reel our Pentagon in as far as we can. They've not passed the last 8 audits. They haven't even completed the last 8 audits. They can't find $500 billion right now. That is a aircraft carrier. Yeah. We need to reel them in. A lot. We need to bring those boys and girls home that are in these foreign lands.
Not send them out.
About it.
The Honorable Madam Waters, there's another component to this, was the president's kind of dismissive attitude towards the right to a homeland for the Palestinians. And he kind of waved off the suggestion of them coming home and say, well, maybe they don't move back and just go through all of this again. How does that square with your understanding of where America should be on the issue of Palestinian sovereignty?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on again. I enjoy being on the show with you, actually. But you and I and my friend Burchett, none of us should be surprised or shocked by anything that Trump would say or do. First of all, this isn't the first time we heard this. We heard some time ago that there was some interest in the beachfront, good property in Gaza. And so when the president comes on and further takes that issue to the United States involved with somehow having some ownership in Gaza, then we should know that they really mean that if they could get it, they would monetize it. They would have a casino. They would have whatever it is they want to build on it. He'll try anything for $1. He is someone who's in love with money and will monetize anything, get it any way he can possibly get it. He doesn't care about the people of Hamas. He doesn't care about the Palestinians. He has not said a word about the lack of humanitarian assistance that couldn't get in when there were people trying to make sure that the children were fed. You just said, and I think the previous person on the show tonight,
General Clark.
Yes, he talked about us watching the children die and the people who got killed and the destruction that went on in Gaza. And for this president of the United States, in the middle of a crisis that we already have in our own country with the billionaire class, with Elon Musk and the rest of them ready to own every and anything.
Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, Click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.